Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel 3D Parametric Solid Model Drawings. Today we will create an assembly file of engine MKII in Autodesk Inventor. The design of the model engine MKII rear exhaust 2 shoe has been taken from sample files Autodesk Inventor. The animation of the internal components of this engine has also been displayed in this video. Okay, alright. Now we are showing some pics of this model so that you can understand what this assembly will look like at the end. If you want to get the file of this model, then I have given the link address in the description of my video. By visiting that link, you can get it easily. This is the part list of my engine assembly. Now you can see here many parts have used for creating this engine assembly. Okay, that's it. So let's start the tutorial. First of all, we will activate the new button and create a new millimeter assembly file in Autodesk Inventor. Okay. Okay, alright. Now we will activate the place components command from here. Okay, go to the engine MKII folder and select the engine case rear part. Okay. Right click and choose place grounded at origin option from here. Okay, and place the part in this assembly. That's it. Now we will save this assembly with the name engine MKII assembly. Alright, click save. Now go to the view tab and activate the settings button from here and click import button and import the favorite light from here. Okay, now we will add another light. Okay, and decrease the brightness of this part from here. Alright, now my part is looking very fine. Click done. Yes, okay. Now we will activate the place components command. And place the part engine sleeve rear in this assembly. Okay. Now we will activate the constraint command. Now see, select this axis of this part and this whole axis of engine case rear part and apply constraint made between them. Select this face of engine case rear part and the back face of engine sleeve rear and apply another made constraint between them. Alright. Choose isometric view from the view cube. Okay. Rotate the model in this position. Now activate constraint command once again and select the YZ plane of engine sleeve rear part and YZ plane of the assembly and apply flush mate between them. Okay, alright. Now go back to the previous position and save the assembly. Now we will check the interference between these two components in this assembly. Okay, activate the interference command and select this engine sleeve rear part. Okay, select second component and select the engine case rear part. Okay, now see the result. There were no interferences between them. Okay, all right. Now place component command once again and place the part rear exhaust manifold in this assembly. Okay. Now activate the place component command once again and select the rear exhaust manifold seal and place the part in this assembly. Now rotate the model in this position and activate the free rotate command. Okay. Select the rear exhaust manifold part and rotate the part in this position. Okay, that's it. Now drag the manifold seal from here. Now select the engine exhaust manifold part to edit this part. Okay. And we will activate the offset from plane command. Okay. Now select this face of this part and set the value -2 mm. Okay. Now see the result, my plane is created. Now we will activate the constraint command. Select this plane of rear exhaust manifold part and select the XY plane of rear exhaust manifold seal and apply flush mate between them. Now activate the place constraint command once again and select the axis of this part and this axis of this part and apply mate constraint. Okay, all right. Now drag the part from here, save the assembly. That's it. Now activate the mate command and select this whole axis of this part and select the whole of select the whole axis of this engine case rear part and apply mate constraint between them. Okay, all right. Now select the engine case rear part from here to edit this part. Activate the plane command, select this face. Okay, and select this face. Now see, my plane has been created over the center of this slot. Okay, return back to the assembly, activate the constraint command, select this plane and apply coincident and apply mate constraint between them. Click save the assembly. Now activate the constraint command once again and choose angle mate option from here and select the directed angle in the solution area. Select this whole axis of engine rear exhaust manifold part and the YZ plane of the assembly and apply the angle mate between them. Okay, now my part is fully constrained in this assembly. And close the visibility of this work plane. Okay, Now my assembly is looking very nice. Okay. Now we will place the part extension spring in this assembly. Okay, alright. Rotate the assembly in this position and rotate this spring in this position by using free rotate command. Now we will activate the constraint command and select this circular edge of the center point. Okay, and select this whole axis and apply mid constraint. Now see, now we will apply another mid constraint between this circular edge of the center point and this whole axis of rear exhaust manifold part, and apply another mid constraint. Okay, alright. Now drag the spring from here and activate the constraint command once again. Now select this whole point. Okay, and select this face of this feature and apply and set the offset distance value minus 0.5 mm. Click OK. Now see, my spring has been properly fixed over my engine case rear part. That's it. Now we will place another copy of this spring in this assembly. And apply the same constraints in this spring that we had done earlier over my previous spring. Okay, now see, my two springs has fixed over my engine case rear part. Okay, that's it. Save the assembly. Now we will activate the place components command and place the part coupling rear in this assembly. Okay, that's it. Now we will activate the constraint command. Now we will select this cylindrical face of coupling rear and this cylindrical face of rear exhaust manifold part and apply another mid constraint between them. Okay, now drag this part from here. Now activate the place constraint command and select this face of coupling rear part and select this circular center point of rear exhaust manifold part and apply mid constraint. Okay, that's it. Now see the result. My coupling rear part has been fixed over the engine rear part. Okay, now we will activate the place components command and place the part engine rear cover in this assembly. Okay, now we will select the engine rear cover part and engine case rear and choose the isolate option from here. Okay, now activate the constraint command and choose insert mate option from here and select this circular edge of engine rear cover part and this whole edge of the engine case rear and apply insert mate between them. Okay, alright. Now we will apply another mate constraint between the YZ plane of engine rear cover part and YZ plane of the assembly. Okay, that's it. Now go to the inspect tab and activate the analyze interference command. Okay, first select this engine rear cover and choose continue button and select the second part engine case rear from here. Okay, now see the result. There were no interferences detected here. Okay, that's it. Now choose undo isolate option in the graphics window from here. Okay, click save the assembly. Now we will place this bolt in this assembly. Okay, now activate the constraint command, select the insert mate option from here and select this edge of the bolt and rotate the model and select this whole edge of the engine rear cover and apply insert mate between them. Now we will place another copy of this bolt. Okay, and apply the same insert mate between this bolt and the second hole of the engine rear cover part. Now close the visibility of rear exhaust manifold part. Now see the result. My 4 bolts has been placed over the engine rear cover part. Okay, that's it. Now we will place the part engine head and compression button in my engine MKII assembly. Okay. Now we will activate the constraint command and choose insert mate option from here. Select this internal circular edge of the engine head part and select this outer circular edge of compression button part and apply insert mate between them. Okay, alright. Now select these two parts and choose isolate option from here. Now rotate the model in this position. Now we will activate the constraint command and select the YZ plane of engine head part and select the YZ plane of compression button and apply mate constraint between them. Okay, alright. Choose isometric view from the view cube and choose undo isolate option in the graphics window. Okay, and activate the constraint command. Select this whole axis of engine sleeve rear part and select this vertical axis of engine head part and apply mate constraint between them. Okay, drag the engine head part from here. Now activate the constraint command and select this hole of engine case rear part and select this hole of compression button part and apply the axis mate between them. Okay, now we will choose the insert mate from here and select this internal circular edge of compression button part and select this whole edge of engine sleeve rear part and apply insert mate between them. Okay, now see. Now we will activate the half section view command from the view tab and choose the YZ plane of the assembly. Okay, now see, my section view is created here. From here you can see in the section view that our model look like this. Go and activate the end section view button. Okay, now save the assembly. Now we will place the part engine connecting rod, engine piston and engine wrist pin in this assembly. Okay, that's it. Now select these three parts and engine sleeve rear part. Choose isolate option in the graphics window. Okay, now see, select the engine sleeve rear part and uncheck the enabled button from here. Now see the result. My part is viewing in transparent view by selecting this option. Okay, that's it. Now we will activate the constraint command and select the vertical axis of engine piston and Z axis of engine sleeve rear part and apply the mate constraint between them. Okay, that's it. Now we will select the YZ plane of engine sleeve rear part and XZ plane of engine piston part and apply another mate constraint between them. Now drag the engine piston part from here. Now we will activate the constraint command and select a vertical axis of engine wrist pin and select this whole axis of engine piston and apply the mate constraint. Okay, alright. Now we will apply another mate constraint between XY plane of engine wrist pin and YZ plane of engine piston. Okay, now see, my engine wrist pin has been properly fixed over my engine piston part. Save the assembly. Now we will activate the constraint command. Select this whole axis of the engine connecting rod. Rotate the model in this position and select the cylindrical face of the pin. Then apply the mate constraint. Okay, now see. Now we will apply the mate constraint between the work plane 1 of the engine connecting rod and YZ plane of engine piston. Okay, now see, my engine connecting rod is properly placed over the center of the engine piston. Okay, it looks great. Now you can see here my engine connecting rod is rotating on his own axis inside of the engine piston, as well as engine piston is also sliding inside of the engine sleeve rear. It's looking great. Now we will place the part engine crankshaft in my engine MKII assembly. Now we will rotate the crankshaft in this position. Okay, now see. Now place these two bearings in this assembly. One is a small bearing and second is large bearing. Okay. Now we will activate the constraint command. Now we will choose insert mate from here and select this inner circular edge of the large bearing and select this circular edge of the crankshaft and apply the insert mate between them. Okay, now see the result. Now we will select this cylindrical face of the crankshaft and the hole of engine connecting rod and apply the mate constraint between them and apply insert mate between this circular edge of small bearing and this circular edge of the crankshaft. Okay, that's it. Now see the result. Now we will choose the angle mate option from here and select the directed angle button. Okay, then apply the angle mate between work plane 1 of engine crankshaft and YZ plane of the assembly. Okay, that's it. Now select this angle mate and change the name of this mate as drive me. At the end of this video, we will animate this drive animate with the help of drive constraint command in this assembly. Okay, alright. Save the assembly. Now we will activate the place component command and place the part flywheel taper collar and flywheel washer in this assembly. Activate the constraint command. Apply the insert made between the whole edge of washer and front face of the bearing. And apply another insert made between the front face of the washer and back face of flywheel taper collar. Okay, now see the result. Rotate the model in this position. Now see my assembly is fully constrained. Now we will place the flywheel part in this assembly. Activate the constraint command and choose insert made from here. Now select the bottom hole edge of the flywheel and select front circular edge of taper collar and apply insert made. Okay. Now we will apply the angle made between YZ plane of flywheel. And XZ plane of the crankshaft. Okay, alright. Now we will place the part clutch nut in this assembly. Now we will apply the insert made between the whole edge of clutch nut and whole edge of flywheel. Now we will apply the same angle made on the clutch nut part that we had done earlier between flywheel and crankshaft. But this time we will set the angle value 30 degrees. Okay, alright. Now save the assembly. Now we will create another new inch assembly file from here. And place the part clutch bell in this newly created assembly. Now select the place grounded at origin option. Okay, so that this part has to be fully constrained in this assembly. Okay, that's it. Now rotate the model in this position. Fix the view position from the view cube like this. Save the assembly with the name clutch bell. Okay. Go to the View tab and increase the brightness of this assembly like this. It's looking very bright. Now we will place the 24 teeth clutch gear part in this assembly. Now activate the constraint command and apply the insert made between whole edge of clutch bell and bottom whole edge of gear 24 teeth part. Okay, now see the result. My 24 teeth gear part has been fixed over the clutch bell part. Now we will place the 20 teeth clutch gear part in this assembly and fix this gear in this way on the 24 teeth gear. Okay, that's it. Place the SKF bearing in this assembly. Okay, place another copy of this bearing. Activate the constraint command and select the top circular edge of bearing and clutch bell. Now we will select the aligned option in the solution area and apply insert made constraint between them. In the same manner, we will fix second bearing over the bottom hole edge of the clutch bell part by using insert mate. Now this assembly has been completed. Save and close the assembly. Okay, now we will place the clutch bell assembly in my engine MKII assembly. Apply the insert made between the hole of bearing and this circular edge of clutch nut. Okay, alright. Open the visibility of engine case rear part from the browse bar. Activate the constraint command. Select this whole axis of engine case rear part and horizontal axis of clutch bell assembly and apply mate constraint between them. Close the visibility of flywheel part. Now select this internal face of the bearing and this face of engine case rear part and apply flush mate constraint. Now my clutch bell assembly has been fixed. And open the visibility of flywheel part. Now we will close the visibility of clutch bell assembly and place the part clutch shoe 2 in this assembly. Activate the constraint command. Select this hole of clutch shoe 2 part and select this cylindrical face of flywheel, then apply mate constraint. Now select the back face of clutch shoe 2 part and select the front face of flywheel, then apply another mate constraint. Now we will apply angle mate between YZ planes of clutch shoe 2 and flywheel part files. Okay, alright. Now we will activate the pattern tool. Select the circular option from here. Now select the clutch shoe 2 part file. Choose axis direction button. OK, and select the y-axis of the main assembly and set circular count value 2 instead of 4 and set the circular angle value 360 degrees. OK, now see the result. Now we will create third new inch assembly file. OK. Activate the place component command and place the carb part file in this assembly. Select place grounded at origin option here and OK. Now see my part is fully defined in this assembly. Now we will save this assembly with the name carb. OK. Go to the view tab and we will import the favorite color style from here. OK. Now see, it's look good. Now we will rotate this model in this position and set the view position from the view cube. Now we will place another component in this assembly like car spring. OK. Now activate the constraint command and select the work axis 1 of carb spring. OK. Rotate the model and select this whole axis of car part and apply mate constraint. OK, that's it. Now we will select the carb part and deactivate the enabled option from here. OK, now see the result. My part is converted in a transparent view so that we can view the spring part easily. Now drag the spring part from here and reactivate the enabled option once again. OK, that's it. And activate the constraint command. Select this whole face of carb and select this face of spring and apply mate constraint. OK. Save the assembly. Now we will place another part like carb intake plate in this assembly. OK. Activate the constraint command. Select this face of carb part and select the bottom face of carb intake plate and apply mate constraint between them. OK. Select this hole of carb intake plate and the hole of carb part and apply mate constraint. Now we will apply angle mate between the YZ plane of carb intake plate and Y and XZ plane of carb part. Okay, set the angle value 180 degrees. That's it. Now we will place the part carb slide in this assembly. Okay, now activate the constraint command, select this vertical axis of carb slide part and this whole of carb part and apply mate constraint between them. Okay, now rotate the carb slide part in this position. Okay, now drag the part and apply the flush mate between this front face of the carb slide part and this face of the carb. Okay, now create angle mate between this hole of carb slide part and this hole of carb part. Okay, now we will place the part carb intake nipple in this assembly and apply the mate constraint between this hole and this hole. Okay, now drag the part and create another mate constraint between this face of carb intake plate and the back face of carb intake nipple. Okay, now see, now save the assembly. Now we will activate the place component command and place the part file carb slide boot and carb zip tie in this assembly. Okay, now see, now we will edit the carb zip tie part and change the color of this part from here. Okay, it looks good. Return back to the assembly. Now activate the constraint command and select this slot axis of carb part and this cylindrical face of the carb slide boot part and apply mate constraint between them. Okay, now rotate the carb slide boot part in this position. That's it. Drag this part from here and apply the mate constraint between this cylindrical face of the carb zip tie and this cylindrical face of carb slide boot. Okay, now we will place the carb high speed needle part in this assembly. Alright, activate the constraint command, select this circular edge of this part and select the whole of carb intake nipple and apply mate constraint between them. Now select the top face of carb intake nipple part and select the bottom face of carb high speed needle and apply mate constraint between them. Okay, alright. Now we will place the ISO 4762 bolt in this assembly. Alright, now we will place the 4 more copies of this bolt. Okay, alright, and activate the constraint command. Choose insert mate option from here and select this whole edge of carb intake plate and this cylindrical edge of the bolt and apply the insert mate between them. Alright, now see, my first bolt is placed over the whole of carb intake plate. In the same manner, we will place another bolt over the carb intake plate. Okay, now see my 4 bolt has been placed over the carb intake plate. Alright, now we will fix another bolt on this spring. Okay, alright. Okay, now see the result. Save the assembly. Okay, now my carb assembly is completed here, and close this assembly and return back to the engine MKII assembly. Now open the visibility of clutch bell assembly from here and open the visibility of these selected components. Okay, alright. Now we will activate the place components command and place the carb assembly in my engine MKII assembly. Okay, that's it. Now we will activate the constraint command. Okay, choose insert mate option from here and select this whole edge of engine case rear part. Okay, and select and rotate the model. Select this cylindrical edge of carb assembly and apply insert mate between them. Alright, choose home view from the view cube and activate the constraint command. Select the angle mate from here and choose directed angle option and select the YZ plane of carb assembly and select the YZ plane of the main assembly and apply the angle mate between them. Okay, that's it. Save the assembly. Now rotate the model in this position. Now we will place the part tuned pipe 2 in this assembly. Okay. Now we will activate the constraint command and select the cylindrical face of the tuned pipe 2. Then select the cylindrical face of coupling rear part and apply mate constraint between them. Now drag the tuned pipe 2 part and apply another mate constraint between the circular center point of tuned pipe 2 and this face of coupling rear. Okay, that's it. Now we will place the part carb zip tie in this assembly. Place another copy of this part. Okay. And apply the mate constraint between the center axis of the carb zip tie and coupling rear part. In the same way, we will fix another carb zip tie over the coupling rear part. Now we will choose a flush mate and select these two faces of the carb zip tie and apply flush mate. Okay, alright. Apply another flush mate between front face of the carb zip tie and coupling rear part. Set the offset distance value 3 mm and click OK. In the same way, we will apply another flush mate over the opposite side of carb zip tie and coupling rear part. Okay, now see the result. Save the assembly. Now we will place the washer in this assembly. And fix the washer over the clutch nut by using the insert mate command. Okay, that's it. Now we will place the bolt in this assembly. In the same manner, we will fix the bolt over this washer. Okay, alright. Now we will place the 4 bolts in this assembly. Okay. And apply the insert mate between this circular edge of the bolt and rotate the engine assembly. Then select the whole of engine head part. Okay, and apply the insert mate between them. In the same way, we will fix the remaining bolts over the engine head part like this. Okay, that's it. My 4 bolts have been properly fixed over my engine head model. Okay. Now we will go in the representations folder in the browser bar. And create a new view representation on here. Name it as drawing internal so that we can see as many parts as we want in this view representation. Okay, that's it. Now we will select these parts from the browser bar. The drawing internals view representation should be activated before selecting the assembly components. It is a must. Okay, now see the result. Only internal parts are visible here on my engine MKII assembly. And convert the engine sleeve part in a transparent view. Okay, that's it. Now rotate the assembly in this position. Okay, alright. Now we will lock the drawing internal view. Okay. Go to the relationship folder. And select the Drive Me Angle Mate from here. Right click and select the Drive option. Okay, now see, Drive Me dialog box is visible here in the design window. Now we will activate the clear screen button from here so that you can see the animation more easily. Adjust the assembly in this position like this. Okay. Set the end value 720 degrees. Okay, finally click the forward button to play the animation. Okay, that's it. Now see the result. My engine piston is moving inside of the cylinder, and as well as my engine crankshaft, flywheel and shoe tube are also moving on here. It looks great. Now we will click the minimum button on the drive dialog box. Rotate the model in an opposite side. And play the animation once again. Now see the result. Okay, alright. Okay, now my engine MKII assembly is completed here. I hope you will enjoy this video. I hope you will like this video. If you may like this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest updates. Please share this video with your friends and colleagues. Okay friends, goodbye.